Let me begin with the core definition under Section 2.1. A hire purchase agreement comprises three essential elements, which is the letting of goods, an option to purchase those goods, and payment by monthly installment. It is critical to understand the ownership position under this agreement. Ownership remains with the owner throughout the hire period and transferred to the hirer only upon completion of the final payment. This distinguishes hire purchase from a credit sale, where ownership passes immediately upon contract information. I will also note that where the hirer is a dealer in the same class of goods, the agreement falls outside the scope of hire purchase entirely. Next, I will talk about implied terms in hire purchase agreement. First, the warranty of quiet possession, which guarantees the hirer's peaceful and undisturbed use of the goods. Second, the condition as to right to sell, which is requiring that the owner possesses the legal authority to let out the goods. Third, the warranty that the goods are free from encumbrances, protecting the hirer against undisclosed third-party claims. Fourth, the condition of merchantable quality, ensuring the goods are free from hidden defect. And finally, the condition that the goods are fit for the purpose, meaning they are suitable for their intended use.
Now, I will explain a valid formation process of a hire purchase agreement under the Hire Purchase Act 1967. First, the owner must serve a second schedule notice before the hire purchase agreement is made. This ensures that the hire is informed about the terms and conditions. Second, the agreement must be in writing. Oral agreements are not valid under the Act. Third, the agreement must be signed by both the owner and the hire to show that both parties agree that the terms. Fourth, the agreement must contain full details such as the descriptions of goods, the cash price, the deposit, and the payment terms. Fifth, there must be a separate agreement for each different type of goods purchased under hire purchase. Sixth, the agreement cannot be amended or changed after signing unless the law allows it. 7. A copy of the agreement must be served on the hire and any guarantor involved in the transaction. 8. The hire must pay a minimum booking fee of 1% and a deposit of at least 10% of the cash price. 9. For motor vehicles, the agreement must include the motor vehicle registration certificate. 10. If the vehicle has been modified, details of the modified motor vehicle must be stated. Finally, if the vehicle is a used vehicle, a declaration that is second-hand must be included in the agreement. In conclusion, these requirements are important to ensure that the hire purchase agreement is valid, transparent, and protects the right of both the owner and the hire. Now, I will explain the statutory rights of a hire and under Section 9 to 15 of the Hire Purchase Act 1967. First, Section 9, right to a financial position statement. The hire has the right to request a statement showing the current financial status of the agreement. This includes the amount already paid, the amount still unpaid, the amount payable, and any interest charged. Second, Section 10, right to appropriation of payments. If a hire has more than one hire purchase agreement with the same owner, the hire can decide which agreement or payment should be applied to. Third, Section 11, right to apply to court to remove goods. The hire may apply to the court for permissions to remove the goods from the place specified in the agreement if there is a valid reason. Fourth, Section 12 and 13, right to assign the contract and transfer by operation of law. The hire may transfer his right and obligation under the agreement to another person with the owner consent. The right may also pass automatically by operation of law, such as the hire hears after death. Finally, Section 14 and 15, right to early completion or terminate the agreement. The hire has the right to complete the agreement early by paying the remaining balance. The hire may also terminate the agreement before the end of the term by returning the goods and complying with the legal requirements. In conclusion, the Hire Purchase Act 1967 provides several statutory rights to protect hires, including the right to obtain financial information, allocate payments, apply to court, transfer right, and end the agreement early.
Next, I will continue to explain the repossession flow, which is the legal process an owner must follow before repossessing goods under a hire purchase agreement. First, there must be sufficient default. For a living hirer, there must be 2 months of continuous default in payment. If the hirer has passed away, there must be 4 months of continuous default before repossession can begin. Second, the owner must issue a fourth schedule notice. This notice gives the hirer 21 days to settle the payments or arrears. However, no notice is required if the hirer has absconded or cannot be located. Third, the repossession is carried out. This means that the repossession must be performed by a licensed repossession agent in accordance with the law. Fourth, after the goods are repossessed, a fifth schedule notice must be served. This notice must be given within 21 days after repossession. The hirer has another 21 days to either pay the outstanding arrears and recover the goods or terminate the hire purchase agreement. Finally, the goods may be sold. If the hirer does not respond within the given period, the owner may sell the goods through a public auction after giving 14 days notice or to a private party. In conclusion, the repossession process under the Hire Purchase Act 1967 is designed to protect the owner and the hirer by ensuring that repossession is carried out fairly and according to legal procedures. That's all from me. Thank you.
Next, I will talk about formation of HP agreement. We will do it in pattern. Semoga wang saya diberi rezeki sangat cukup supaya diberkati. Bab duit, makan, minum, cukupi, diberkati selalu hingga ke nanti. Semoga is second shadow notice, wang is writing, saya is sign, diberi is details, sangat is separate HP agreement, cukup is cannot be altered or amended, supaya is served, bab is booking fee, duit is deposit to be paid, makan is motor vehicles registration, minum is modified motor vehicles, diberkati is declaration second hand.
Next, I will explain about protection for hire and guarantor. We have home, which is lipat di taman indah, enjoy masa hati jadi tenang, dapat lindungi hire and guarantor agar hidup aman tiada yang bimbang. Okay, so the mnemonic for protection for hires and guarantors is LIPARC. Li means legal obligation and PARC means protecting hires and guarantors. Number 1, legal obligation. The agreement are protected. So, the mnemonic for legal obligation is Datuk Seri Anwar. Datuk means deliver possession. Seri means take the time. And Anwar means accept payment. Number 2, protecting hires and guarantors. Conditions. The mnemonic is Karisha sentiasa free masa rehat. Karisha is quiet possession. Sentiasa is sell the goods. Free is free. Masa merkantil berkualiti and rehat reasonable fee.
Now I'm going to presenting the statutory right of hirer. We create a pantun and mnemonic. The pantun sounds like this. Fatin melangkah penuh berani, anggap gagal sebagai erti. Hanya orang ego tinggi, belajar tekun, berjaya nanti. From the pantun, we create a mnemonic, which sound Fatin anggap gagal adalah orang egonya tinggi. Fatin stand for financial position, anggap appropriation of payment, gagal goods to be removed, or adalah assign, orang operation of law, egonya early completion dan tinggi terminate agreement. Next, we create a mnemonic under financial position. We believe with this mnemonic, we can help students to easily memorize what's under the financial position and its contents. Okay, the first one is information consists of PUPI. What is it? PUPI. P stand for paid to the owner or behalf of the hirer, and U unpaid remain. P payable under agreement, and I is interest on overdue installment. And the second one is owner is not entitled to enforce gross. Gross stand for G guarantee of contract, R recover or repossesses the goods. A is agreement against hirer, and S is security given by hirer.
Last one is procedure for repossession. Student belajar dengan tenang, fokus usaha jangan hilang, enjoy future penuh gemilang, sukses menanti sepanjang zaman. First procedure is sufficient default. Next one is full schedule notice. Purpose is rumah, remind the hirer, wawa, warning the hirer, gelap, give time 21 days to hire. Next one is executing. Requirement is Alia, age of 21 years old, Syakab, citizen of Malaysia, Syuba, conviction has not been, Relax, requirement determined by the controller. The next one is a fifth schedule notice. Option to hire. Right, resume possession of goods. Next one is time, terminate HP agreement. Last but not least, selling off. Thank you.